Known distance ranges offer valuable feedback for training. It's the only range where you can shoot at distance and know exactly where each shot is going. However, because they have fallen out of use largely in the Army, a lot of soldiers don't know how to use them. So we're going to show you how pit operations work. We'll start with a target mounted to a carrier. It's a 6 foot by 6 foot board. So it gives a large area to show where each shot went, including those that missed the target. To start with, the target will be down in the pit. Therefore, the pit pullers will be able to work on it. So when targets are down, it indicates that the range is not ready to be shot at or the targets are being repaired. When the crew running the target is ready to go, they will run the target to half mast. With the target at half mast, it indicates to both the pit operations NCO and to the line of shooters uprange that that target is ready to run. When all the targets are half mast, we all know that the range is ready. When the target is to be shot at, the target runs all the way up. So target's up, and the crew runs the target all the way in the air, therefore visible to the shooter. After the shooting is complete, targets down, running the targets all the way down into the pit, and therefore the targets can be scored and marked. Two basic courses will require either for slow fire, you will pull and mark after each, or rapid fire, where the shooter will shoot a series of shots, all to be scored as one string. So for pulling and marking, the pit crew will have to pull each shot after it's fired. So to begin a slow fire phase, half mast. Targets is run to half mast, indicating they're ready. Targets up. This is slow fire. Pull and mark after each. Pit crew will wait for a shot on their target. When a shot is fired, bang, the pit crew will immediately pull the target down in the pit and mark where that shot location was and immediately run it in the air. The disc indicates to the shooter where the shot was hit. A value disc may also be used on the border of the target to indicate the value, if it was a 10 or a 5 or whatever the representative amount was. The pit crew will also prepare a paster to cover that shot hole. So upon the next shot, bang, pit crew immediately pulls the target down in the pit, covers that old hole, marks the new shot, and runs it immediately in the air. As you can see, this should only take a few seconds. Notice the disc. It is the opposite color of the area it's marking. So if it's on the dark silhouette, you use the white face. And if it's in the white border of the target area, you use the dark. That way it's easily contrastable and identifiable to the shooter's uprange, who could be hundreds of yards away. When the shooting is done, targets down. Pit crew pull the target down and clean up all shot hole scoring as needed. When they're ready to go, they'll run the targets to half mast, indicating that they are ready. For a rapid fire string, the target will remain up in the air for a fixed amount of time. So to conduct that type of course of fire, when the crew is ready, the target again will be up at half mast and ready to go. Upon the string beginning, pit NCO will yell, "Targets up!" This is rapid fire. Step away from the targets. And the pit crew will stand by as the shooters are firing the length of their string without touching it for the shots. As the string starts to wind down, pit NCO will announce, "Stand by your targets." Targets down. And that would mark the end of the string. As soon as the target's in the pit, the crew will start to count all the shots. For example, if it's a 10-round string, they'll need to notate how many shots were fired. So if there was an excessive number of hits or insufficient, they'll be able to sort out. Once the hits are accounted for, the individual shots will be disked and will be scored. We'll either use a scorecard in the pit, as shown, or if scores are being tracked on the line, the score will be written down on a whiteboard or a chalkboard and hung on the target. Once again, as soon as that target's done and scored, it will be run up into the air for observation. As soon as they're done observing the targets, stand by your targets. Targets down. Target will come back in the pit, and the pit crew will clean it up as quickly as possible, removing the discs, pasting all shot holes as needed, and returning the target to half mast when they are ready for the next shooter or the next string. And that is a basic overview of pit target operations.